Today I'm going to show you how to play modes without playing the modes. Huh?
Yes, this is true. This is a really cool trick of the trade. You can play modes by just adding a couple of notes to your pentatonic scale. And a lot of electric guitar players know some blues licks, so this is a great way to start venturing into the modes, as you don't have to play the 7-note scales just yet. You can just add a couple of notes to what you're already doing, and you've got all the notes of the modes. All right, so let me start. So let's say we wanted to do the minor scale. All right, take the Aeolian mode. We would just launch into the minor pentatonic. So I'll play this. This is the position that we all know and love. Right, then you can also add the blues note, of course, right, in there. And now, so let's say we wanted to play the second degree of the minor scale. That would be one of the new notes. So it would be a B, all right? So we have to find all the Bs in this position or nearby. So there's one, here's another one, here's another one. Here's another one, all right? So if we just added this note to our pentatonic playing, it would already start sounding colorful. So if I went, all right, see how that sticks out? Right? And that's a real colorful sound. Now the other note would be the flat 6. If we play the flat 6, we're going to get the other note that's going to really make it sound like the Aeolian mode. Here we go. And this flatted 6th note would be an F. So let's find all the Fs nearby in this position. So we've got one right here, one right here. I think that's mostly it. There. All right, so now I'll add the flat 6th with the 2nd. So just some blues. Here we go. 2nd, flat 6. So again, just adding those two notes, you've got the Aeolian mode, the natural minor scale. Now I'll just take a few moments with the backing track and do that in context. Just blues and pentatonic. All right, now it's going to get more colorful. That was the second. Haven't even played a flat 6 yet. There it was. Here it is again, flat 6. That sound familiar? Now probably the other most popular minor mode that you'll play will be the Dorian mode. And this is really the same scale, except it has a natural 6 instead of a flat 6. So again, if we add the 2nd, so you play the 2nd in both scales, those Bs in this key. But now, for the Dorian mode, we would play F sharps. So let's go ahead and find all those. One right here, here, and here. If you want, I suppose you could do that too. It's a little out of the neighborhood, but you might jump to it. So again, I'll go ahead and play some blues licks, and then I'll add some 2nds and some natural 6s. Here we go. So just blues again. All right. Here we go. 2nd. There's the natural 6. All right. That's the sound of the natural 6. So now I'll add some 2nds and some natural 6 to my pentatonics and do this with a backing track in context. Here we go. And as you can see, it really colors things up, and I didn't have to do much. So a question that I get a lot is, how do I know whether to play Dorian or Aeolian? And the answer to that is the progression will tell you. So let's say you're in A minor like we've been. If one of the chords goes to, say, D9, or goes to D7, or just D major, the fact that there's an F sharp in all of those chords, and that is the natural 6 of the key of A minor, which would mean it would be Dorian. right? Another one would be if it went from A minor 7 to B minor 7, or A minor to B minor. The B minor also has that F sharp, and it would be the 5th in that case, where it was the 3rd in the D chords. And the same thing would apply to Aeolian. Just like we have the natural 6 in the Dorian mode, we have the flat 6, and in this key it would be an F. So look for progressions that have an F. So A minor going to D minor, or D minor 7. A minor going to F. Those are chords that have Fs in them. Obviously F does D minor 7 would be the 3rd. So those would be really obvious ones right there. Now, it doesn't just have to go back and forth between those two chords. It can be lots of other chords in the chord progression, but as soon as you see a chord that either has the flat 6 or the natural 6 in it, that will tell you right away whether it's an Aeolian or a Dorian progression. And here's a tip that I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about. Even the style of the music will often give away what mode you should use, whether it be Aeolian or Dorian. Let's say you're in a minor key and you're playing funk. Usually going to be Dorian. Jazz, if you're playing A minor forever, extended solo section, it's usually going to be Dorian. On the other hand, if you're playing hard rock or heavy metal in a minor key, it's almost always going to be Aeolian. If you're playing pretty much any pop song, a pop ballad or country song, praise and worship, and it's in a minor key, it's almost always going to be Aeolian. So just knowing that will help a lot. But then use your ear, use some music theory that we're talking about here, and you can totally figure out which scale you should use. So I find that to be really helpful because you can just look at what style you're playing and go, it's probably going to be this. And then if you use your ears and a little bit of music theory, you'll know for sure. So remember, the big thing here is knowing whether you have a flat 6 or a natural 6 in play, and then look at the chord progression you're playing over and see if it has one of the two of those notes in it. And I just wanted to mention to you real quickly that I do have a course. It is called Take It From the Top, and you can find it on the internet at Mike Bauer Music. This is the same pedagogy that I use at the Guitar Academy here in Nashville, and pretty much every song gets you ready for a famous song, and it is a super fun course, and it will really get you playing. You can learn more about that at Mike Bauer Music on the internet. Well, I sincerely hope that this has been helpful, and I am already looking forward to being back with you next week.